All right. Morning, everybody. How's everybody?
Good.
How's my haircut?
Good.
Looking good.
I gave it to myself. I'm not happy with it. He cut it too short, but it'll grow back. So a couple of good things I wanted to share with everybody. Steve, come in. Andy, move on. So our Netradyne stats for the last week, I pulled them up, and we've improved significantly. When I say improve, I'll show you the numbers up here. Because what happens is we get notifications for everything that everybody does. Let me show you here what I mean by that. So here's a list of all the numbers and the stats that we got, right? And if I look here, let me just close this out a little bit. If I look here, I'm going to make this a little smaller so everybody can see it. Make it a little more smaller. So I know I'll send it out to everybody. So one of the best things that stands out over here. Anybody look at it? Can you tell me what's the most important thing that sticks out that's really good?
The green.
Okay. The giant green section, good. That's a good thing. And do you know what the giant green section is? That's the biggest slice of the pie? No, those are driver stars, right? So that means the majority of the notifications that we're getting now is saying you guys are doing an awesome job, right? So driver star is given when somebody completes a streak of perfect stop signs, right? You get to the stop sign, you stop, and you do the regular, full stop. All four wheels have to stop. You're not doing rolling stops. You're not doing any of this. That's a driver star. So here you can see the bulk of our notifications that we're getting right now, 56%. Those are driver stars. So that means, and I'll show you who some of the top drivers are. We're getting really good stop signs, and I'll show you a couple of footages of that. So hats off. Thank you, everybody. Huge round of applause to the whole team that's paying attention. Really good. So if I take driver stars out of the mix, let me show you how we do it. If I just take this guy out, then you'll see some of the other things that we need to improve on are, here, acceleration, following distance, hard braking, those are the biggest ones. Our speeding has gone down to 10%, right? Wow. Our sign violations, which includes stop signs and traffic lights, that's down to 4%. Very good. Of all the bad things that we're doing, right? So I showed you the good and the bad combination. Now I'm just showing you just the bad, right? So driver initiated, 8%. Some of these are errors, like you get too close to the camera, or your hand is, the camera thinks you're trying to stop it, or you're trying to be super smart. It doesn't work. We get a notification. That's why we reach out. Hey, what are you doing? Don't put a sticky on it. We'll know right away, right? Seatbelt compliance, 4%. That's huge, guys. So again, I can't thank you guys and appreciate you enough for paying attention and not getting mad when somebody from here calls you and says and gives you that information and say, hey, something is going on. You need to pay a little more attention to what you're doing, right? That's what it is. And you can see high G's, those are speedy turns that we're making. We want to avoid those too. Following distance, 19%. We know who the culprits are. We talked to them already. If you're too close, the camera will pick up as if you're too close, right? So those are the things that we need to watch out for. Hard acceleration, again, these are different vehicles than your normal vehicle. I know when you drive a different car or a van, and you think oh, you want to go a little slow, and then all of a sudden, boom, it jerks. So it's okay, but just watch out, right? So, but again, I just wanted to, thank you guys and saying you guys are doing an excellent job. Now, I just wanted to I broke it down by severity type as well. So here you can see, so not all here. So you can see 57% are driver stars, and 23% or 22% of our violations are severe. So a quarter of them. Severe would be running a traffic light, speeding, right? Or falling too close. Those are severe. Moderate, high G turns, you're speeding, you're all those speed demons out there, all of those things. So try to avoid that. Those are moderate, right? But this is a huge improvement, right? I'll be sending this out. We'll be getting our scorecard on Wednesday. We'll be sending that out too. But I also wanted to break it down by driver here. I'll show you guys. So this is all the driver stars that we've gotten. Of all the people that got the most driver stars. Matthew, 4. We got Tammy. She had 4 as well. And then we had Billy up here. He had 4 driver stars too. So huge round of applause to these 4. We will be taking that. We'll be taking that into consideration for the top driver. So Tammy, huge improvement. Really appreciate it. Thank you. So driver star, again, as I explained. Can anybody take that? Tell me which one. What is a driver star?
Stopping.
Stopping. Thank you. Stop signs. Perfect. Stop signs. So you have to do a number of them to be able to get to that. No? 75? I think it is. I think it's, I don't know how many it is, but I'll yeah. So 75 perfect stop signs. It's not easy. So if somebody has 4 driver stars, that means they had 75 times 4. Right? Right? Yeah. Stop signs, stop signs. Stop. So it's a huge thing, right? So this is a huge.
300,
yeah.
300 stop signs.
Yep. So again, really good job, guys. I do appreciate it. Any other suggestions, feedback from the team in terms of delivery tips? Right? We're paying attention to the delivery notes.
Did that change from last week?
Well, it's going to come out in the scorecard. We'll see how many DNRs and thefts and all of that we'll have. Once it comes out on Wednesday, I'll share it with you guys. Does this help? Like you guys understand some of these stats and numbers better, right? Again, all of this is lumped into our scorecard, and all of that goes into our performance as a group, and that in turn helps us get more volume from that station.
Absolutely.
So everything adds up. So if you're putting on a seatbelt, think long term. Think about the volume that we're going to be getting and things like that. So yes, Don.
It shows I got a 4 for following distance, and I didn't even know I had any yesterday. So I got a text message about
No, this is a week. This is the whole week. So yeah, so you won't get that notification, but I think somebody reached out to you, right?
I got 4 yesterday, and I'm like, I didn't even know I had 1.
Yeah. All of the vans, all of the branded vans now have cameras, and I'm proud of everybody. Like, we're learning how to drive them. So this is really, really good, guys. So you guys are doing a great job. So pat on the back for all of you. Any other tips, questions, concerns? ETN? Marlene, you always have a lot to say. Come on. Yeah, Tina?
It's Monday.
Tina's like, I don't want to be here. Right? Billy? Nah?
You should always keep your van organized, like your totes and packages, because that'll affect your.
Yeah, it slows you down.
Yep. Excellent feedback, guys. So organization is key. If you don't stay organized in your life or during your route, guess what? You're going to start losing it, right? Things will fall apart. So, so great job over there. In addition to that, I just wanted to say to everybody, so remember, it's about attitude, guys. The kind of attitude that you have, the kind of attitude that you bring to your daily lives, to your work, that's what's going to take you that notch above everybody else. If you have that attitude where, oh, I'm just going to suck today, guess what? It's going to suck. If you have that attitude, but again, I want to say, you guys, all of you, you're here, right? That reflects on your attitude. You want to work. You're here on time. That reflects on your attitude to work. You guys are delivering exceptional results. That reflects on your attitude that you're having. So having a positive attitude and that mentality, it's going to take you a long way. Remember, it's when we talk about trees bearing fruit, you judge the tree by the fruit it bears, not by the fruit that it wants, right? We all want to be rich.
Or the work you put into it.
Or the work you put in, right? So remember that analogy, right? That a tree is judged by the fruit that it bears, not by the fruit that it wants, right? So it's about your attitude and things that we do in our daily lives, in our relationships, with our children, with our loved ones, with our family, and work as well. So do not take this lightly. This is our jobs, right? This is how we put food on our table, right? So this is something to be extremely proud of. Again, you guys are ahead of 98% of the people who chose to sleep today, who chose to be lazy and not look for work, right? There's plenty of work. There has been not one person that has walked in through that door and said, I want to work full time. They've not had full time work.
What if roots get cut? Then they don't have to work that day.
Well, those people that are working, 4 days, they're still getting 4 days, and things will improve. I can assure you that. The volume is down. This is typical for this time of the year with Amazon. But there are people out there at our station that are running 15 routes, guys. Yes, Amy.
And that's kind of what Moby is saying, everyone, like with the route cuts and everything. A lot of that isn't up to us until literally that morning. But the better that we do, the less violations that we have, the more that we get. Because we go higher in rank, so Amazon gives us more.
Yep.
So I don't know if anybody else is competitive in their life or anything of that nature, but the better that we do, the more that we get, the more you work, the more money you have. It's like a domino effect, if that makes sense.
I don't know. I mean, I like I said, you know, I've you know, you guys are, I can't say enough of good things about my team that has improved significantly. I mean, it's awesome, right? You guys have that hustling mentality, right? I remember when I was in college at one time, I mean, that was a long time ago. You know, I was fired 2 or 3 times in my life. You know, I learned from those things. You know, who has not been fired? Raise your hand. That's excellent. I've been fired, right, guys? So, and then I want to, you know, there was one guy that fired me, and I think about a year or 2 years ago, I still have his email. That happened about, I think, 13, 14 years ago. I still have his email. And I sent him an email. I said, thank you. Thank you for doing that. Because if he hadn't done that, I would have been stuck. And I sent him, I blacked out my social security number, and I sent him an image of my tax return.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Seriously.
Wow.
So I said to him, thank you. Thank you for doing what you did, because now I can hire people like you. Seriously. No, it wasn't me. Like, it was actually a thing, one of those things that I actually, at that point, I had a mortgage, I had a kid, you know, all of those things. And I sat down and I thought to myself, you know, I was devastated. But things do happen for a reason. I do believe that. At that point, I didn't see it. Now I see it. But, you know, that has happened to me 2 or 3 times. And I've like I said, I have learned from that. And I'm grateful that that person did. Otherwise, I would have been stuck in that 9-to-5 job in that 18th floor in a building. I was there. I remember the day he walked me out.
Imagine if you were still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So,
Desk job?
well, I mean, I was a senior executive, but yeah, it was a desk job. Yeah. But at the same time, like, these things happen, right, guys? But again, it's about the attitude that we bring to our work, to our daily lives, to our relationships, and all of the interactions that you do on a daily basis. Take pride in the job that you do. This is how we put food on our table. This is how we pay our bills, right? This is not just another job, right?
Yeah.
And again, I said, both Bernard and myself, we are here to support you in any way, shape, or form, right? We have different ways of multiplying your income. Think about those things. You know how many people have come to me and told me, like, they want to clean vans or do other things around? Very few. We need somebody to help clean vans, right? I'll share another story before I let you guys go. I was in college, and I had friends that worked at gas stations. Back in the day, gas stations had their own ice machines, like some restaurants do. It's a big machine, it jumps out cubes. So I told them, I said, look, I want, you know, I was thinking about how to hustle and make some money during the summer. And I thought about it, and I said, on hot days, I could go to the beach and sell soda and cold water, right? That's not there. So what I did is I went to him and I said, you know what? If you give me some of your ice, I'll help you pack ice bags, because he hated doing that. So what I would do there is I would go there at 2 o'clock in the morning. I would pack his 5-pound ice bags, 15, 20 of fillers, and the rest of it, he's like, okay, you can take it. I had a big ass car. I think it was one of those big American cars. I would open the trunk, put a tarp in it, dump a bunch of ice in it. I bought some generic soda, 25 cents, 40, 50 cents, threw in there water, threw everything in there, drove to the beach, I'm an asset. Opened that trunk up, sold it for $1 a piece. I made a killing. One semester's entire tuition I paid out just like these guys, right? And then the ranger came to me one day and is like, well, you have a permit? I was like, oh, what is that? So,
he wants his cut.
Yeah. So I told him, I said, look, I'm a college kid, you know. Here's a couple of bottles of cold water. And he just kind of let me by. I mean, I don't think they'll let you do it now, but I mean, those are some of the things that, you know, we all struggle, we hustle. But again, look for income areas that you can multiply. Think about those things, right, guys? I'm not close to ideas. if you have any kind of idea and it's going to benefit everybody, I'm all for it. All right, again, thank you very much. I do appreciate what everybody's doing. You guys doing excellent, and these numbers are speaking for it. It's not just me. You can see it in the proof, right? As soon as we have our scorecard, we'll read out those prizes that we have. But huge round of applause to everybody. Let's go knock it out of the park, guys. Thank you.